Hi, and welcome to our Usborne Facebook party. I'm Tiffany Gherkin, your educational consultant for the night. Thanks for coming. We're excited to show you our great Usborne books. If you have a wonderful wish list that grows tonight and you'd like to have your own Facebook party, please let me know. I'd love to help you with that. And if you love our books and you want to change or an additional income in your life, I'd love to talk to you about joining my team and having a wonderful time with these Usborne books. So we will talk about activity books tonight, infant toddler books. We'll talk about picture books, chapter books, and references. So let's dive in. First we have our activity cards. So this is logic and puzzle, and we have wonderful cards for traveling and for doodling monsters. A variety of these. These are wipe-off cards, so they're great for just rainy day, snow, or in the car. Then we have our Wipe Clean series. We have first drawing, first letters, and first numbers. And so they're very interactive. You just fill in the answers or do the drawing. It prompts you to answer the questions or draw on there. And you can follow the dots, and it's wiped clean, so you can have a new engaging book the next day too. Then we have our sticker dolly series for girls and boys, and these are wonderful gifts for birthdays or for holidays. And you have a page that you can decorate with over 300 to 400 stickers, and so it's very entertaining and fun. You can do it with your girlfriends, but again, wonderful presents. Another wonderful present is drawing, doodling, and coloring fashion, and this is all about fashion. So there's hair, there's makeup, there's jewelry, there's hats, there's shoes, there's socks, there's dresses, all kinds of fun. As you can see, my daughters have loved this book. Great birthday present, great entertaining for long periods of time. They get lost in it. Make and Create calendar is just a blank calendar that they can color, and they can put the month and the dates on it with stickers. They decorate that. A face painting book with Usborne Books, step-by-step on how to face paint. Here's how you face paint a witch, a vampire. Very simple but very fun. Great little hobby for your son or daughter to do. Now we move on to infants and toddlers. This is the That's Not My series. There's monsters, there's trucks, there's dogs, cats, ducks. Anyway, they're all sensory books, so you have the touchy-feely, and then you have a mouse hidden on every page, and there's the repetitive verses of That's Not My, and then at the end they figure out that that is theirs, and so they giggle and they have lots of fun. Another board book is Frog on a Log. This is our phonics board book, and there's great little message and flaps with it, and then there's a duck hidden on every page to be very engaging for the children. This is the Max and Millie series. This is Get Dressed, Max and Millie. Max and Millie are sister and brother, and they go to school together. They work on getting dressed together. I think there's a brush their teeth one, and they just have to work things out in a nice fashion. So that's our Max and Millie series. Muddle and Match is a very fun and interactive board book. So you start off with a character, and you read a story about that character, and then you change that character and you change the story. So there's lots of giggles in this book and lots of creativity with this book. There's an adventure series is for the boys, and then there's a girls series too. Ted and Friends is our phonics book, and this has 12 stories in it that come on CD, and like I said, it's phonics based, so it's all very rhythmic, and it's very fun to read. There's a duck hidden on every page. Can't find the duck. And then there's flaps with this book too. So again, very engaging and very fun book to read. Our Farmyard Tales book, complete book of Farmyard Tales, is by far our best seller, and this book will grow with your family from young children to older children. This also comes on CD and has about 12 to 15 stories in it too. And as they're young and they don't sit very long, you can read the top, or if they're a young reader, they can read the top. And then as they emerge more, they can read the bottom, and it adds more details, or the parent could read the bottom. And then there's a duck hidden on every page on this one too. So if you have a young child who doesn't want to sit long, they can find the duck. And then they can also listen to the story as well. So sometimes kids listen to the story on the CD and then find the duck on the pages as they're looking at the book. We have books about sports. We have the football series and the baseball story. So they learn about sports and teamwork on that in that book. Lion Speedy Sauce is a book about tempos and music. Lion is getting tired, so with the marching band, so then they put Speedy Sauce on his lunch, and then his tempo and his pace pickup. And that comes with a CD as well in the back that talks about that has a story on it, and then talks about the tempo and different songs about tempo. Next we have the Kane Miller's division of Usborne Books, and this is the Jonathan James and the What If Monster. Oh, excuse me. Kane Miller is a multicultural division of our Usborne Books that has books from Japan and Australia and China and the UK, and so you get a different sense of cultures and interesting books still. Jonathan James and the What If Monster. Jonathan is scared about different things and says, what if this doesn't work out, or what if something bad happens? But in the end he finds out that what if something positive happens and he meets a new friend. Dogs is about different kinds of dogs and how some are fat or fluffy and some are cuddly or not. And then in the end it talks about what kind of dog are you. So it's kind of a reflective dog book that can create some conversation between the reader and the child. A Friend is another book about different kinds of friends, different kind of people. Some are good friends through it all. Some are just there to help you cry. Some are there to cheer you up and say happy birthday to you. So that's a very fun book. A very popular book is Secrets of the Apple Tree. This is a shine the light through book, and it talks about the apple tree and the different the life cycle of the apple tree. And so then you take a flashlight and you shine the light through the back of the apple tree, and you would see that there is, it says, what does it look like in the winter? And you would shine the light through, and you would see that it's a bare tree in the winter. And then it says, can you see what the bird is about to grab? And you look through that, and you would see that there's worms. You can't see it really in this video, but you would see that there's worms in the back. So it's a very fun book, and if you get a kid a flashlight with this book, and then let them, turn off the lights and use their flashlight, they'll be very engaged with that book. Just Imagine is another wonderful, colorful book. Just imagine if you're big, what the world would be like, or what if you're small and what would the world be like. What if you invented a machine and what would the world be like. So a very good book that creates a lot of conversation. How Big is a Million is a wonderful picture book of ours. It's our Pippin series, and it starts off with quantifying. So it starts off with like 10, and then it ends up with 1,000,000 stars. And the 1,000,000 star poster is in the back. And so it's a very good visual for children to see how much a million really is. Then we have our Young Reading series. So this is Usborne First Reading, and this is our level 2 reader, Briar Rabbit Down the Well. But it has large words and very vivid pictures. And then it's hardcover book, so it's an engaging book for children because it's a real book. It's not just it's fun colors and fun storyline. Then we have Young Readers level series 2, and this is again more pictures but smaller words with more words on the page. And there's some more Young Readers, The Prince and the Pauper and Gulliver's Travel. Then we have our first chapter books, Billy B. Brown and Hey Jack. And Hey Jack is in Billy B. Brown, and Billy B. Brown character is in Hey Jack. We just have the boys series and the girls series because they like to have their own series. And then it's like candy. to educate the children on. So I would suggest that you get the series to these books, because once they start reading, then they're just going to want to keep reading, and that's great. So it has pictures on the pages and then large words, and again, it's a chapter book style. So children are excited because they're getting older and they're learning to read better. Then we have Anna Hibiscus. This is a series of 4 books about a girl in Africa and her adventures with her family. We have a book about ballerina dreams, and this is probably a book for 3rd to 4th grade to 5th grade, maybe, about ballerinas, and there's a series on that one as well. There's a series on the fairy schools, Silver Lake Fairy Schools, excuse me, and that's again probably a 4th to 5th grade reading level, but if there's a girl that likes fairies, that's always a good one. Pony Crazed Princess is a good one about princesses and ponies, which is always fun. And again, probably about a 3rd grade reading level, 2nd or 3rd grade reading level on this. Again, because it has pictures and smaller text. Wild Animal Tracker, and Amy Wild Animal Tracker, excuse me. Amy talks to animals and then can help them with their problems. And so that's a very engaging book for girls that like animals. And then we have our historical fiction for Polly's March and Andy's Moon. It's a story about women that live in this house during different historical periods of time. So during the suffrage and during First Man on the Moon. For our boys chapter books, we have Jack Russell, Dog Detective, and this is about Jack, who is a dog, and he solves all these different mysteries for different animals around the area. Then we have our True Stories series, Gangsters and Heroes, very engaging, adventurous books for boys, probably about a 4th to 5th grade, 6th grade reading level for them. But also educational too, because they're true stories. But they are tastefully done without lots of gore, and so you don't have to worry about grossing out your children, or inappropriate material, I should say that. Solitaire is one of our adventure series, and this is probably about a 6th to 7th to 8th grade reading level, just adventure and excitement in solitaire. For January, we have 2 suspense series, Conspiracy 365 and The Last 13. Both are a series of suspense and science fiction, so that's very fun. Then we have wonderful nonfiction books, and our Usborne Beginners for nonfiction contain lots of different topics. So horses and ponies, dangerous animals, and trains. So what it does is it shows children in a very educational but very engaging way about different topics. So that was trains, and then everybody loves the horses and pony one. That's a very popular one too as well. We have wonderful encyclopedias. This is our science encyclopedia. There's beginning science encyclopedias, and there's historical encyclopedias with lots of information, engaging pictures, colorful pictures that a lot of children enjoy reading. Kids love to just look at this for fun. And then we have more internet linked books. This is on the Greeks. I think we have one on the Knights. And again, the internet linked will be, you can go to the Usborne website, put in the title of the book and the page number, and it will have more information on that subject for you. And finally, we have our See Inside series. So this is See Inside Your Body. There's See Inside Your Buildings, there's See Inside Inventions, and this is a wonderful nonfiction book that's very engaging to help your children learn more. So here's more about the body, and if you lift a flap, you can learn more about that part of the body. So I hope you've had a wonderful time looking through these books with me. Please go back to your Facebook event page and ask questions and help shop online, and let me know if you have any questions.